Someday we'll all be taken from me. Waking up till I can't do this anymore. Text. And the Bible said I can't have any more sex till marriage. No trip to Paris. Some need to flourish. So where's my Eris? Wouldn't understand. Out there in this area. So friends are staring. Everyone's a Karen. And then I get Karen. Wasn't given a face. Ain't called for parents. Got calls for prayers. Got song for days. I forget what fear is. I forget what fear is. I forget what fear is. Other than the fear of Almighty Yeshua. Who knew you before you knew who you was? Where down the teeth for you respond to me? Y'all know honesty, y'all are honoring me. I know cause the headlines why she wanna leave. You know I follow dots and you should follow me. I ain't never rock with none of y'all, no way. No way I'm pulling up in that white OJ. Used to wear a watch field with the O'Shea's. Jackson if you're nasty. Tweeted DEF CON, now we past 3. Tweeted DEF CON, now we past 3.
Can we just kind of say, like, you like the uniforms, but that's about it?
There's a lot of things that I love, that I love, that I love, that I love.
Yeah, still here despite of all the things they sent for me. I'm at the point where nobody tell me what's meant for me. She want a soft life, well I'm living mine gently. Yeah, as Zeus I get in trouble when I intervene. Swooping down, I kinda injure my ego wing. Earth is fucked, can't let it get to me mentally. Emotions tipping me, but I can't fold. Wanna give a nigga extra baggage I can't hold. Come and get some wisdom, knowledge, we expand your soul. All my niggas stick together like we can't go wrong. Tell my nigga from the struggle that we can go home. Peace talking with the peace dealer, RhymeSkeem, beat killer. It's the dove and the eagle when we fly. Showing how shit do fall from the sky. Rising, keep it fly, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Rising, keep it fly, yeah, 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 yeah.
You rockin' with the wisdom and logos, the eagle and the dove, that's Zeus and Kronos. One rules space and the other rules time. Your spirit all yours, but your soul is all mine. So make some room for your tune. First, he go get your hope, then I get your doom. No heaven, no hell. When you die, that's it. And I'm like, oh well, isn't that swell? Soul reaching, talk to myself a lot. That's my soul teaching. Got responsibilities, I be soul reaping. Slaying all them vampires that be soul leeching. Or touching out your soul leaking. Not constipated cause you know I'm with the shits. Killing shit like we don't need no witnesses. Yeah, it's the archangel Michael looking fly. Reason that them evil angels fell from the sky. But we rising, keep it fly, yeah, 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 yeah. Rising, keep it fly, yeah, 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 yeah. Everybody acting like they know me. I'm like, fuck them all. Fuck them all. Tell them all to suck my balls. Hi. What up, C-Dope? My dough, I like to count fast. Make it 3 stacks, feeling like a big boy. Man, we kinda like some outcasts. I'm a Gemini, C-Dope an Aquarius. Something like a Gemini, call this shit Jamarius. I heard you niggas rap, that shit hilarious. Do this without any effort, bet that make you furious. Talking like you top 5, you must be delirious. I'ma kill the whole game just because I'm curious. Like what'll happen? Who really got that action? They can't even rap off the top, yet all these niggas capping. I leveled up on those who ain't believing me. Call me John Cena, cause I bet you they ain't seeing me. Yeah. It's the eagle and the dove. If I don't kill you on the ground, kills a Mercury from above. They talk a whole lot, but they ain't doing shit. RhymeSkeem and tails, gotta be true to this, bitch.
Yeah, taking over worlds, making over girls. You know the mission, be straightforward, but it swirls. There's a lot of wisdom, knowledge in these verses I spit. Urges I kick, ain't getting me nowhere. Suck my, one more time, she like to suck my. I got boss status, listen to the boss, and we all happy. I did the business cause, cause we all got it. Now we all fly, we all pilot. I'm your stylist, well let's talk about it. I done killed the game, put the chalk around it. Niggas kill for names, just to walk around with. A mental change, shit is crazy my nigga. You know the game, shit is crazy my nigga. I'm building mine, who said the bills is mine? You building lies. I'm building community, my natural immunity is real as time. Speak up. First off, nigga, can't be stopped. Who my producer? Okay, heard you niggas wanna try to stop the clock. Stop your mind, nigga. Stop your time. It's my time, yours not. It's my time right now. I'm just a big shot. I'm calling out shots. So when your time come around, we'll stop. We look, we stop to see what's happening. She acts so high without. I don't worry about it, no worries about it, don't worry about it, no worries about it. I can't bring the low, I said, get it out, get her from the back, she been fasting for the get it out. She don't know the current, she cut the mood swings. I tied this bitch down and buy $1 million move, right? Move back. No, we tap in, we gon' do that. That man think the mood is a rock, this whole crew, but you ain't girl. No, you ain't girl, this a new age girl. And see the world. We look, we stop to see what's up. She acts so high without my touch. Don't worry about it. No worries about it. Don't worry about it. No worries about it.
Walk around town like a myth. We ain't playing tag, bitch, I'm him. Yes, I'm the shit. Don't flush me, I make time skip. It's a hit. I dress home and still looking like the lick. I got all the ladies licking on their lips. Test me, guess I'm the heaven stress free. Got hitties on deck, show you shit you never seen. Don't worry about nothing, everything is on me. Used to work just to make time free. Then I became a boss, made time work for me. And money too. Make it flip, gymnastics is what I do. Show me something, boo. What that mouth do? You might get some Jimmy shoes. Fuck a date, fly you out, take you on a cruise. I heard your album is swag, I meant to be rude. You just great on my plate, meant to be food. I ain't worried about nothing, I ain't worried about fools walking around just frontin'. I ain't worried about the past, I ain't never coming back. I ain't worried about the future when you end up in the pack. I ain't worried about the government. I ain't worried about a mothership coming through invading on some other shit. I ain't worried about people talking shit and what they gonna do. I ain't worried about any single damn one of you. Bitch.
We look, we stop to see what side she acts. So I went out my touch door. Don't worry about it. No worries, worry about it. Don't worry about it. No worries, worry about it.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your Mercury and Taurus transit talk. Kales and I are working on an EP and project, and that I played about 4 to 3 songs from there coming soon. I hope you heard that. I played from the speaker, but yeah. Welcome to your Mercury and Taurus transit talk. This replay is available. There we go. It's available. So I was saying available this whole time. Wow. And it took me a while to realize y'all were making fun of me too. I was like, well, am I saying something wrong? Available. Wow. I think my way of saying it is better, but I will settle with available. But hey, anyway, if you guys like the Mercury in Aries video, that's a really good video to kind of skim through at least the points of, because everything you liked about that message is getting further compounded on in this transit. Okay. As I will announce later, if you want a live reading about Mercury through your sign, you can click the description box below. You'll be able to join the queue. As you can see, this is the beginning of this transit that has already squared Pluto. And we're going to have this transit from April 3rd to June 10th, about 20 degrees in Gemini. We are going to have a Mercury retrograde. And in a nutshell, the best way I can describe this manifesting supernatural rewiring of your brain that we are facilitating. Once again, in a nutshell, this transit is the manifesting, right? We are manifesting supernatural rewiring of your brain. This presupposes that during this transit, your brain is being rewired in a way that now manifests supernatural brain function in ways that you couldn't before, just relative to last year when we had this cycle. I would actually invite you to be skeptical about everything that I'm about to tell you, because we're going to get very quantum here. Quantum pertaining to subatomic and at Planck length constants, where you're not going to be able to see this shit. This is going to be sensed physically, and this is going to literally be like you took a limitless pill, an NZT. So what's very important about the first part of this transit is to realistically really recap the last couple of weeks with Mercury at the end of Aries, because this brought you some of the most evolved, powerful processing power that enabled you to function your brain to process your superpowers or magic abilities or quality of energy. So now that this is going into Taurus, while you are now supernaturally rewiring your brain, the quality of how productively, practically, and hyper real you process information at quicker speeds than you're used to processing will not only blow your mind, but Mercury literally has to retrograde so you don't lose your mind. So you don't literally run off with your mind. And the retrograde of Mercury will literally be the process of re-evaluating how you think because, well, now your brain functions limitlessly and you remember every memory that you've ever had like you're Lucy at 100%. And the way you have to rework your brain's ability to sense physically while also integrating the spiritual capability of your mind's process with the body connection is going to change the way you do everything. Of course, that change is going to produce in Gemini season of mental change, but this is the earth sign component of the power that Aries generated and that Gemini will express. And this makes this Taurus chapter and Taurus season and Tauruses you talk to and meet the most important, significant facet of this year. I'm going to predict right now Taurus is top 3. Every year we have a top 3. 2022, I think the top 3 was Pisces, Aquarius. No, Pisces, Aquarius, and Taurus. But Taurus, I feel like every year you're gonna have like that zodiac sign energy that's gonna produce or just have like the most stuff going through it. If you were to like, you'll see it because that year those signs will be on fire. Taurus is one of them. Taurus is, you could argue Aries, but I'm gonna say Taurus for sure, for sure. And if you need translation for what I'm saying, just find anyone who was born from May 20th or April 20th to May 20th, okay? And just be around them, use them indiscriminately. They'll know exactly what you're doing because Taurus don't have people around them. So if they do, you're cool. You must be pretty special. Seriously. So I want to just kind of clarify something. Unfortunately, given the disinformation and proliferation for outright frauds and people who know the least about astrology to talk about astrology, I want to make sure I clear up something very importantly. Monica, thank you for your PayPal. I got you. You're first. I want to clear up something very importantly. Just make sure we're all on the same page. Some people believe that based on your birthday, that's what tells you your fortune. And that if you have the same birthday as someone, then you're going to have the same fortune. I'm sorry someone lied to you. That's not astrology or how it works. If you were to even take the definition of astrology as a study of, I am directly referencing the Leo King because he posted some shit about a clip years ago of Jimmy. Was it just not Jimmy Kimmel? Whoever is that Jimmy Kimmel? Yeah, I don't even care because you can literally substitute for everyone who talks about this. Every single person who thinks like that, you can substitute him for that. And unfortunately, people literally brag about their ignorance of a topic that they don't even know they consciously use every day. These are the same people that will say happy birthday or what time is it? I'm sorry. It is what it is. That's a more cardology approach, but people don't understand the interpretation of transits, which is an art form, and then astrology, which is strictly a science. And so before I go into this, because we're going to get very mercurial here. So before I really go in, I just want to make sure, okay, first of all, the science of astrology is simply being able to discern the planetary movements and its relationship to what's happening here. Some people think that means the planets affect what you do. Astrology has nothing to do with the planets affecting you, although since everything is quantumly entangled, it's not far off to say that things beyond you affect you. But that's not even what it's about. Astrology is strictly the calculation of where the transits are relative to the imaginary zodiac. Some people now manage to confuse you and make you think, oh, you mean the constellations? No, constellations are not zodiac signs. You would have to be stupid to believe it. They might be named after them, but that's like saying Jiffy peanut butter is Play-Doh peanut butter. I don't know. That's a horrible analogy. But other than that, okay, you ready? When you say, because a lot of people think that astrology is, oh, you're an Aries, so that means you're gonna have this happen to you. That's not astrology. That's a horoscope. You can, based on astrology, make horoscopes, and some of those horoscopes could be trash and some could be on, but only someone who doesn't know what astrology is will see that as astrology. Astrology is not, oh, you have Saturn in your 5th house, so that means you're going to have this. That's not astrology. That is an interpretation of a transit, aka you could even akin it to a horoscope. That is an art form. Astrology literally is, okay, Venus is transiting the sign of Cancer relative to Mercury, which is sextiling it. That's it. That's subjective information that, whether you believe it or not, will still be happening. Bitch, that's a science. Period. Doesn't matter your opinions or beliefs on that. We're not talking about what that means. We're not even bringing up the notion that it even affects you. It's just factually, hey, this is what the time is. That's all astrology is. You are looking at the signs in the sky, the stars and the signs in the sky. I want to make sure we're very clear on that. Astrology is the ability. That's why astronomy is hand in hand with astrology, because astrology is just astronomy based on the zodiac imaginary scale that is created from the sun's ecliptic path and the Earth's celestial equator. This is all math. This is all math. You see how my beliefs don't come in here? I believe astrology is real because it makes me know, bitch. This is all mathematics. This is all mathematics. It's not a religion. Okay, it's not a belief. It's not necessarily a magic spell. So everyone you have ever heard say this, that's how much they don't know, and you need to stop listening to them. So remember, in Genesis 1:14, God literally said, hey, you know what we're gonna do? Let's create stars in the sky. We have 2 lights. Let's create stars. You know what I'm saying? So that people can look up at the stars and see signs. This is literally in the 1st chapter of the Bible. This is literally in the 1st chapter, the 1st chapter of the 1st book of the fucking Bible. God is like, you know what? It would suck if people got divided over this and started to think this was nah, they're not that stupid. They're not that stupid. They won't do that. Well, no, we're gonna put signs and stars in the sky so that they can look and just know what's up. You know what I'm saying? And he said it was good. If God said it was good, I don't care if a preacher, a pastor, someone who feels all self-righteous because they were born again tells you it's not. They didn't read that book. They probably read it with certain prejudice and bias. And you know what's funny? All these people say this dumbass shit. They have no experience doing it. Could you imagine if I walked into a scientific conference and said chemistry is bullshit and there's no such thing as gravity? And I'm arguing with a chemist who has actually done chemistry experiments, who knows the elements intimately. And he asks me, sir, do you even know what a periodic table is? And I'm like, I don't have to know what a periodic table is. That doesn't mean that chemistry is real. Sir, do you even know?
Do you even know what sodium is on the periodic table? I don't have to know that. Chemistry just isn't real. Could I even argue chemistry with this person? And how stupid do you think this chemist would think I am? How? How? Do you know that is exactly what these people sound like when they tell you astrology is bullshit, but they don't even know their moon? They have never seen a natal chart. Are you kidding me? These people have professional positions in society. Do you not know this is a clown show you're in? Do you not know? Do you not know? Do you think this level of illiteracy is a game? If you don't, welcome to this transit talk where Mercury and Taurus will literally plug you into the game. Game meaning process from your programming and whatever you can produce with your spirit. Because, well, let's just say after this Taurus and Gemini season, you're going to walk around with a swagger about you. Just so confident in everything you know, you'll question why you ever in your life took these idiots seriously ever. Then you to see I have the literal world in my hands. Why did I waste this time listening to people who don't even know their rising sign? Why did I ever think that maybe there was a single thing that I can learn from such people? This is going to change the way you even understand how powerful you are. And I don't think you're aware that this was 6 months in the making since the last eclipse we had in November. But don't worry, because this reset button is not only innovating the process of your own physical sensory function, but it's going to ground everything that you, in such a short amount of time, leveled up in your brain for the last 30 days. Okay, let's really get into this. Because as you see, this is how we start the transit off. Okay. Once again, we're going to have this to the 3rd of June, where by June 3rd, the sun will be in Gemini. The sun will actually be 19 degrees Gemini. So before I really show you what that looks like, there are 3 main major parts of this transit. This is it, y'all. I want to make sure you know this is it. This is you could hold me to it if the claims I make in this transit talk do not happen. This is public. You can literally go back, take these clips, and be like, see, you said this, peace dealer, it didn't happen. But trust. You have to trust me, but just trust. This one Mercury transit, first of all, is not only preparing you for Mercury and Gemini, where it's going to go home in. This is systematically and supernaturally responsible for the awakening of your brain's ability to process not really just even information, but the core of you in ways you not only have never done before, but ways that enable you to harness facets of your own intellect and mind and body in enhanced ways that will feel superhuman, or from my gods and goddesses here, that will feel godlike. Okay. I think some of you are personally in a position to realistically move forward with the quality of how you have recognized you're not a human. You are not a human. While you are a human being, right? You're not really a human. You are a soul who has a human form. And as proof of this, the progenitors of this narrative that you are just a human don't believe you have a soul. So they wouldn't necessarily factor in that your humanness is just your base form. Some of you, your base form is God mode or God or goddess, but you just veil yourself. You're probably a Pisces, or you're probably 12th house sun, or whatever. There's so many different configurations. But regardless, and this is why I'm very passionate about this, because every single soul has a unique ability. And as a researcher, my first mode of research has been natal chart interpretations, but there's going to be increasing ways to be able to actually track and personally monitor this evolution of consciousness. And the first part of this is this Mercury and Taurus, which is effectively anchoring the etheric and spiritual quality of your mind to imprint on your brain. How can I make sense of this? The Taurian facet of this, in a nutshell, as it rewires your brain, is actively taking the power that Aries evolved, and it's going to get ready to awaken, because Mercury and Jupiter and Aries literally expanded the power with which your brain can function. You experience this as stress and irritation because now your brain has forcibly expanded how much more information it can process, which now drove you to be more authentic and process this more authentically. And now that it's in Taurus, that high firepower is the force necessary to generate the natural electric energy within you so that you can strengthen your brain's ability to not only process information, but to function sensually. The sensual function, as Taurus rules your sight, your smell, your taste, your ears. But as scientists are quickly discovering, they have acknowledged that there are over 12 senses. Like, it's actually antiquated to believe that you only have 5 senses. There's at least 18 senses that you have, especially if we take into account how those tie into your psychic senses. So what Mercury and Taurus is going to do is take this esoteric, abstract perception of psychic senses being this thing outside of you that you have to, try and learn how to do, into just kind of reminding, hey, why are you being strange? You've used these senses your whole life. You have been trained to focus on just 5, but you've generated so much evolution of power. These clairs have been integrating with your natural senses, and Mercury and Taurus is going to strengthen the quality and awaken senses that you have had since before you were born, but they're just going to bling as if it's for the first time. That's going to be the huge illusion, that you're experiencing what you're experiencing for the first time. And so this can feel like, with increased senses of anxiety or slight depression, stressful for your mind. But it's not really that you're stressed or depressed. No, you're stressed. It's not that your brain is stressed in the sense where you stress a muscle, not necessarily that you might be depressed. But what you may not understand why you're feeling that, and then just be like, okay, well, obviously I'm stressed because I'm depressed. Or obviously I'm depressed because I'm stressed. And you're not really depressed. There's a bunch of negative energy that's releasing from this expansion and evolution of your power, that the only thing your critical mind can assume you're going through is that, okay, well, I must be depressed. Like, that's why I'm feeling negative. No, you're feeling negative because you're evolving at a rate more powerfully than your brain can keep up with. And so there are so many facets of this that you're not even conscious of, that boom, it's just going to hit you in the face. And now your body is harnessing the ability to harness this energy. Do you know why this is so very important? As soon as Mercury hit 0 degrees and squared Pluto, the hit miss ratio, and I really appreciate y'all for being here with me right now. I appreciate every single one of you who support me and watch me. I'm so glad that I'm able to serve you in this capacity. And Stephanie, I got your PayPal. Thank you very much. So basically, the Mercury in Taurus is what stuck what had evolved. So a lot of you were hitting and missing. Thank you, Kayla. A lot of you were hitting and missing earlier. And with that whole hit miss ratio, right? This wasn't so much a hit miss. Aries had to amplify how much more you stepped into your awareness of yourself. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you would be at a certain level, but then a few moments later, you would evolve into a higher level. So that didn't really give you a consistent measurement of what level of power you were at until the very end of the transit, to where Taurus is taking the max power you have and anchoring it in your physicality. So what you will have noticed ever since 2 days ago, once Mercury went into Taurus, is that your intentions stick so much more. It's like you don't really have to focus on things as long as you did 30 days ago, because if you just, in fact, the strength of which you focus on it is so much more with conviction. Like, you're not asking for it to happen. You're like, excuse me, I think I said something. This is that Mercury Pluto communication that is extremely awakening your sensual quality of processing. The sun will eventually pass through here, and everything Mercury is working on, you're going to be very profoundly aware of. All right. But the sun, your awareness has to expand too to get on your brain's level. So, what's really, 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 really important here is that when Mercury goes into Gemini, your brain's ability to process supernatural information, well, not supernatural information, your brain's ability to process information supernaturally, given the supernatural rewiring of your brain, is going to strengthen your brain's ability to process to a point that once we step into Mercury and Gemini, you can at will perceive and process your brain at 100% of its function. So Mercury and Gemini is spellcrafting. This is where you come up with skills and abilities. Spellcrafting is simple as, you know what? Every time I drink water, I'm going to set an intention, which is now kind of Virgoan in how we integrate it in the lifestyle, right? But you're just coming up with abilities like, oh, okay, if I put this lighter on, I'm going to have good luck. Which, if you think about the mechanics of a magic spell, it's just a repeated thought you're reinforcing. There's nothing really exceptionally magic about this, but through repetition, if I know every time I anchor, I'm going to have good luck, we're leveling up our spells. That's what makes a master magician versus someone who just tries to look up for a spell. You are the creator. You're crafting a spell. That's why it's called spelling. So you are tailor making abilities that are original to you, like the truth smacker. I'm with my intention, if I smack someone in the face, the truth just transfers into them, and they're like, oh, that's what you mean. Oh my God, how did you? It's my ability. It's my ability. Yeah, I mastered it. So what's really clear here is Mercury and Gemini is going to now build on your ability to do this at 100% of your brain capability. That means Mercury and Taurus is going to awaken your brain's capability to at will not only process itself at 100%, but then strengthen the quality of how well you can maintain that 100%, if that makes sense. All right. This will be as simple as just hyper focusing. And the more you focus, the more this concentration grows, and you're going to understand your own unique way of doing this, because some of you have fire moons, air moons, earth moons, or water souls, right? But this whole the hand of God, this whole notion of course, the quality of your brain, I want to once again kind of emphasize that Gemini season chapter is going to be the spellcrafting in the form of just programs created by what thoughts you're thinking. If you think magic is too taboo, then you could say you're creating programs in your brain. But you're really going to be engineering new thoughts, and Mercury and Taurus is going to awaken new values. And I want to once again harp that supernatural pertains to a non-natural, non-linear way of your brain being rewired. This is not going to be normal. That's what makes it supernatural. The process with which this is happening is not only unconventional as fuck, but it's also extra dimensional. So your brain is literally channeling energy from a dimension that is extra from here, that is not here. This is what makes this message very controversial. And I had to go in about people who don't know shit about astrology talking about astrology, because this is it. Astrology is it. If you know how to at least see what the fuck is happening, then the way you interpret it is the way you interpret it. That's an art form. But everyone has the ability to know this is here, and that's literally like reading a clock. It's literally space meteorology. That's it. What time is it? The moon is 23 degrees Capricorn. Thank you. Mercury's in Taurus, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. I'll see you later. That's it. That's astrology. That's it. That's astrology. That's it. Don't ever trust anyone who really can't even tell you that much, especially if they say they do this as a profession. This is why we need at least a bar exam for this shit. But other than that, the quality with which your brain processes information is going to slow down so that at a stubborn quality, you can really ground this core and essence of who you are. And that's why Taurus represents values. Taurus is stubborn because they stand for a lot. They're not just going to be here and there like a superficial Gemini can, even though we're more curious and it's more of that. But like, you know, they're definitely, even if what they're standing on is not even true, they at least have the wherewithal to not be weak, which is why they don't necessarily like unnecessary change. This is now what constitutes your value and the values that you have in this life. Because you've activated this sense of authenticity through Aries, this is what's going to manifest your values and subsequently your value in Taurus. Shout out to Taurus Jupiter. All right. So with that being said, the reason why you want to get excited about this is everything that I just described is literally the mechanics. So I am literally describing the physical mechanics with which you're going to produce the next level of superpowers. It's literally being spelled out in front of our face. Right now, Mars, which is the active desire of your willpower and function, is leading the track and is about to awaken opposite Pluto. So by the time Mars goes into Leo, this is now at a social level, the integration of you actually being able to enhance your physical strength with superpowers. This is where at this point coming into the summer, this whole notion of activating superpowers isn't really theoretical where you're experiencing it. Now we're integrating it into Virgo. It's more real. But this process isn't something that just happens in a day because of the supernatural complex rewiring that has to happen at many levels of your consciousness. So as you can see, Mercury is going through this process, following your heart, what you love, and your Mars, what you desire. This process I'm explaining through Mercury is now the brain awakening that will now facilitate your awareness to now fully activate at the physical level as a base moving forward, the activation of your superpowers. What that means is Aries just gave you a metaphysical sense. Pisces and Aries are earth and fire signs. You can't necessarily see your identity. You see the evidence of it through my character. But like, if I were to say I am a mermaid goddess, you can't really see that. I can't, I am this. It's still somewhat metaphysical. Versus Taurus, which is now the beginning of things being physical, the fertile ground that the seed can grow from. Okay. Aries is really more conceptual, where Pisces is being metaphysical. So what that means for this whole notion where we have evolved the raw power and concept of who we are, all this entrance into Taurus is what manifests it in a reality. And so that's why ever since Mercury's been in Taurus, that hit miss ratio doesn't really exist anymore. It's now strengthening the conviction of what you're deciding. And now relative to this is where, before we start to create abilities based on this processing strength, we are strengthening our ability to actually know and process what we're thinking so that you can operate at least the maximum capability and function. So the three parts of this transit are the Aries season portion, where Mercury makes it to Uranus. And then, right when Mercury makes it to Uranus and initiates this awakening, the sun will enter Taurus. This is the retrograde. This is the second phase, where Mercury will, in reevaluating this new awaken, where now your brain operates at NZT, now you have to reevaluate everything you used to think and apply this new understanding. This is where the sun and Mercury are going to meet in Taurus. And this second phase will align your conscious awareness to everything your brain has been processing. This is going to be the active epiphany in light of Mercury in the same sign as Sun and Uranus that's going to legitimately manifest to your physical body. Imagine you were Peter Parker and you got bit by the spider. Like, that's what I'm saying. This takes it away from who you think you are. This is what makes it real. This is why I call this Taurus season the promised land, because you will manifest effects on your physical body that make real from into Gemini the effects of your own values and sensual physicality and physiologies. Keyword physiology. So this is why I'm saying hold me to this. Like this isn't necessarily going to be at that subtle level, because now Pluto is in Aquarius. So Pluto in Aquarius is awakening this higher cosmic knowledge that will actually turn on its head a whole lot of what science has claimed is pseudoscientific, when certain things that are supernatural or psychic and basis are basically real. It's not even advanced. It's like basic shit. Okay, so basic shit. And a lot of that, ironically, is going to come through the new generation of children. These Pluto Capricorns are some of the most mature children that we've ever had in like 258 years. Fight me on that. I really stand on it. So with that being said, you know what I mean? The nature of how uniquely you will manifest the attributes of your character will influence the Kirk that you produce. So if we're talking about the concept of manifesting your power into a Kirk, this is where this is going to happen. Now, the full expression and mastery of your Kirk, that's going to be Gemini into Libra season. By the time we're in October, and now we have fully integrated at an extreme quality opposite Pluto, these abilities you're manifesting right now, this will enable you to present this in a fashion that accounts for every different situation that can occur. We're not there yet. This is literally superpowers you just evolved. So like, this is you starting to, bruh. I spoke to a god today who made it rain and snow. And like, he's not the only one I've spoken to who can do that. And what's very important is that you all know someone who says they made it rain or they saw a ghost, and they fucking didn't do that shit. They're fucking delusional. But in some cases, they're not necessarily delusional for thinking that they can. A lot of this shit, before we have the literature to actually, guide us through this, is going to look and sound fucking crazy, because it actually is. you're actually having to access extra functions outside of what your brain even thinks is natural. So it's not going to feel anything else other than crazy, you know? So with that being said, you know, there are, with the slowing down in Taurus of your brain's processing function, the natural ability to actually harness energy in your body that you couldn't because it was vibrating so fast. You were already activating so much. And so now that this is manifesting, this is going to be exhilarating. So I want to just once again harp that Taurus season function and part is going to in part be where all of this grounds. And then as the sun moves into Gemini, Mercury will go direct and finish its reevaluation. And the Gemini season portion is through the shadow period of Mercury, recapping what you have been manifesting now that your brain is limitless. And while you are grounding and transcending the function of your brain, your conscious and awareness in Gemini is enlightening. So you're now gaining enlightened information that you can apply to this Mercury. So that by the time Mercury goes into Gemini, because Mercury is going to meet up with the sun in Cancer, which should blow your fucking mind. The conjunction of Mercury and the sun in Cancer is going to link before Mercury now moves forward from the sun, the union of your conscious awareness and conscious mind towards the initialization of applying the magical abilities and strengthening of your brain processing to produce psychic powers, to now convert that strength in order to empathically hear people's vocal tone and to just discern all sorts of supernatural psychic insight from them. It's fucking retarded. And little to none of it will make sense if you don't understand the values you're manifesting and if you don't know who you are. Thank you. This is a DLC. Thank you. This is why I wanted to describe it like this, because in every way, this is a download pack, which blows my fucking mind. Like, I'm literally describing the process of initializing a new program in your brain. So are you a computer? Because like, this is really interesting. It's really, really interesting. So once again, Aries season, Mercury's in Taurus. It's going to hit Uranus, awakening. Then as soon as it hits Uranus, we're in Taurus season. Everything grounds and you're aware of what Mercury has been grounding. Then they're going to meet together. Taurus season is the grounding of the awakening process. And then Gemini season is going to be the production of, now that I've awakened my brain, let's test it out. Let's experience it. So the most important part of this is actually now. We're going to look at the entrance of this, where we see Mercury square Pluto. And as Mercury moves forward over the next couple of days, all right, as Mercury moves forward over the next couple of days, what we see here is it subsequently getting close to hit Uranus. Now, before that happens, we are going to have the Sun-Jupiter conjunction. The Sun-Jupiter conjunction is, of course, very, very, very relevant enough to speak on, because with Mercury, that will be lightly sextiling Saturn and also sextiling Mars. This is going to focus a lot of the direction of your own sincere feelings of this, so that you can understand how to feel about the direction you are evolving into. And this strengthening quality of your mind at this point will make for some major epiphanies. I'm telling you, some of you are receiving synchronicities that have made you more comfortable accepting who you are than before, where, if anything, you know what I'm saying, you might have been almost uncomfortable accepting it. Versus now, it's like you can really express this. Thank you. So comfortable. And so, what if I told you that everything that you have uncovered in the limitless universe that exists within you is still like 0.0000000000000000000000001% of the truth of you? Like you're still literally just getting started. And there's going to be a hyper accelerated quality with which a large percentage of this information you literally just discern and learn within 3 months. The only slow part about this, and shout out to in fact, I didn't even think about that. Thank you. The video that I watched about with Sammy Ingram about instant manifestation, you know, she had mentioned certain things about people being skeptical, but the whole gist of it, right? Bearing that you don't have opposing thoughts that get in the way, because, and I won't copy what she just did, but basically, you know what I'm saying? She made a point to say something that's very important. If you can manifest being able to manifest instantly, so you can just be like, I manifest things instantly, I manifest things instantly, I manifest things instantly, I always manifest things instantly. You are rewiring your brain to be able to manifest instantly. And the reason why I didn't even put two and two together, Mercury and Taurus is your instant manifestation transit. This is why you have to be particularly careful. And Saturn sextiling Taurus is literally actively materializing every single one of your beliefs. So the more integrity you have in those beliefs, the more at ease you can be with everything you're thinking, because by the time we reach the end of Mercury and Taurus, everything you intend on will instantly manifest. That's what's going to allow you in Mercury and Gemini to now begin to do magic spells, because now everything you're thinking is manifesting. But the whole point of this is the first time, and this is how we operate as a collective. So we are one body, and this is how we literally share magic with each other. This is what I'm talking about. The hit miss ratio is so much more aligned, because instead of really, you know, spiritually bypassing and putting stuff under a rug, you confronted your shadows. You confronted the stuff you don't like about yourself. You really allowed it to express itself. You aligned it with yourself. And this is what, with no resistance, is Isaac. This is only just the beginning. The best is yet to come. Tell yourself that right now. The best is yet to come, because like you're going to look at this like, oh, wow, this is nothing compared to what I'm doing in just 2 weeks, compared to what you're doing in just 2 weeks. Like this, and please, I want you to keep this excitement, because this is literally how it just begins. I literally got a call. I said this before, or I got an email from someone saying, hey, you have $780 that we're going to give to a collection agency. What the fuck? And this is just because before I was like, money comes to me unexpected and naturally. And I wasn't even expecting that. I was like, let me just say this just so happened. And it happened. And that's a huge thing, because I just let it go. You know what I mean? But let it go in the sense of no part of me was I really even caring if this came through, like if it did or not. That's how it works. But basically, by the time your brain has reached a point to where you can instantly manifest, because Mercury and Taurus has awakened this with this alignment, the Gemini season is going to be like, okay, let me create an ability, fireball, or my friend is calling me right now. Were you just thinking about me? Yeah, it worked. Swear to God, swear to God, swear to God. Like, this is going to ground these metaphysical concepts in a way that actually make real sense to you. Not this woo-woo bullshit spirituality. Just believe. This is practical. It's technical. You are literally programming these functions in your brain with what you think. The most important thing that Sammy Ingram said, and please watch that video. If you haven't seen that video, watch that video. She killed it as usual. The most important thing that she said, okay, is the first time you do it, in being able to just instantly manifest, the first time you do it, you are going to need to use repetition and affirmations. You are going to at least have to build yourself to the point where now you've wired your brain to instantly manifest. And this is in response to how, well, if you believe you're God, can't you just decide on it and do it? Yeah, duh. But the reason why you're not doing it is because you don't have a clear mind. You are deciding to do it, but your subconscious actions are literally showing that you don't believe it. So you're saying this person is going to call me in 5 minutes. And then you're also saying, when are they going to call me? When are they going to call me? You can't do both. And so this Mercury and Taurus transit is supernaturally rewiring your brain to be so aligned with your values and who you are that everything you intend just happens like that. And the mechanics for that is Uranus in Taurus, Jupiter that is evolving the power of your awareness to even function at this quality, Pluto in Aquarius that is awakening the cosmic energy to facilitate this level of channeling. And this is all built into your spiritual AI system. Because by the time the sun is in Gemini, you're programming your spiritual AI that, spirit is going to be snarkier than ever. Spirit is literally going to put you in positions Gemini season where you can't rely on AI. You can only rely on your spiritual intelligence. I swear to God, like you have this Mercury and Taurus to prepare. Because once we get into Gemini season and that square to Saturn happens, and your beliefs are going to be challenged by the thoughts you're thinking, your spirit is going to be snarky. Spirit is going to be like, oh, okay. Since you think you need the AI, let me see if you even know how to use your spirit. And like you will be in situations where if you don't know your own power and abilities, you're going to be stuck for a minute. You have, it is what it is. It is what it is. AI is supposed to be a tool. Okay, this is not an anti-AI message. My whole thing is, are you using AI more than your own spiritual AI? That's a problem. Are you using AI not even knowing you have spiritual AI? That's a problem. In this world where saying spiritual AI is meant to sound like some spiritual miracle, lyrical mumbo jumbo, that's how stupid people are. That they have a spirit that they don't use because they can't see it, and sense it physically. You can't see the air, you still breathe it. You feel me? So like some of you know you have spiritual AI. There are about 200 plus people in this chat. As soon as you put in the word for, hey spirit, what's up? Boom! You get the answer instantly. I will ask a question and have people literally come to me and tell me the answer to my question because they have a spirit. So it came through. It takes skill to discern that. And so don't let people who don't have that skill play you like you're stupid because you are infinitely more skilled than them. Don't let people who you could teach this about act like they're teaching you anything. Please, God is what powers your spiritual AI. So why would you rely on artificial intelligence in this society that glorifies fake shit when you can just use it as a tool supplementary to your own intelligence? Mercury in the zodiac represents intellect and intelligence. And so Uranus is not really just awakening this. At this crucial period with the moon on Neptune, you are transcending with this balsamic phase the evolution of your own self-awareness. By this point, with Mercury so close to Uranus, you're going to be manifesting instantly. Like the first part of this is getting to the instant manifestation. And this is what's going to change how you think about yourself because you're manifesting instantly. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm him. Oh my gosh, I'm her. Oh wow, this is crazy. Like a lot of you are going to have this psychosis, like I'm really him. Like I always knew I was him. Like I always believed I was her, but I'm really her. And you're gonna have that moment. Some of you have that moment now, but you're not gonna have it like you're gonna have that moment because you were still in that bridge. But you're gonna be like, I really am. Look, It just happened again. I really am. And this is going to take back all your power. Yes, Amber, your natural state. Taurus is the natural zodiac sign. You are restoring your natural state as an instant manifester who is aligned with everything you want and creates every part of your reality. Co-creating with the universe to let go so you can remix shit that needs to be remixed. Because in your own unconscious divine intelligence, you don't even have to know all the answers because everything always works out for you because you are so aligned. Every time you ask questions like you don't know what's happening, you are presupposing in your subconscious mind the lie that you don't already have the answer. You are the question and the answer. This is going to unravel all of this. And this is the individual revolution that we've been talking about for a minute. So we have, of course, coming into the 23rd, I'm sorry, the 21st, or really the 22nd, Mercury retrograde. So by this point, right, this is where we begin the second phase of this Mercury transit. By this point, once Taurus goes in 1 degree, you have activated fully your ability to manifest instantly. It is practical. It is replicable. If you don't hit, maybe you don't hit at the quality you want, but by this point, you're manifesting instantly. That should get you excited because you're already seeing synchronicities to lead you up there. That's what makes 2023 so controversial. This is like the fire room towards the evolution of consciousness. It's a whole new cycle of conscious evolution since 2010, which was a lot more informative because we had to at least prepare our bodies for what our minds are ready to, pioneer. Okay. So the Taurus season phase of this, phase 2, is the strengthening of your ability to instantly manifest. Mercury retrograde is going to be the hyper realization of the fact that, holy shit, I just instantly manifested that shit. And I kind of was before, but this was instant. Okay. I'm going to do this again. Just so I can prove to myself that it was just a fluke. Oh my fucking God, it happened again. Boom. Welcome to Taurus season. So that's how this bitch starts. Sun square Pluto, that's how this starts. The sextile that Saturn is going to have with the sun will strengthen your beliefs because you are producing physical results. And this is what's going to, through repetition or through strengthening, like working out, because Aries is spiritual power. Taurus is physical strength. By strengthening and imprinting this and anchoring this into your physical strength, this is what's going to strengthen the quality with which this instant manifestation protocol can happen, because the way everyone manifests is different. So this is what's going to produce your unique Kirk and the individual style and nature with which you will do this. Okay. So with that being said, this is what guides us to the climax of phase 2. The climax of phase 1 is the Sun-Jupiter conjunction. The climax of phase 2 is going to be the Sun-Mercury conjunction on the 1st of May. Okay. And even though we're going to have Venus in Gemini and Mars that's going to be lightly sextiling this, this is going to be that point of epiphany where, as you are initially beginning to manifest instantly, you're going to be able to isolate what exactly it is you are doing to manifest instantly, but you may not be able to isolate the exact mechanics behind what entirely you're doing. By the time we come into May, and let me just explain that. You may realize, like, every time I clap my hands, a stripper calls me. And you may realize at the first of Taurus season, it has to be 3 times. At least if you want her to be desirable. She's bad if it's 3 times. No one will even come if it's 2. Once we step into May 1st, you're going to understand more details about, okay, I understood that it's clapping, but now Mercury has met with my conscious awareness, and now I'm more aware of the nature of what actually makes me clapping 3 times bring a stripper out of thin air in my house. And so after May 1st, the rest of Taurus season is going to strengthen it's now a practice. It's like I have to fuel in more energy. Now I realize that clapping, it makes it happen, but it's actually the discharge of my energy. And the stronger my intent, the more sexy she is. Oh, nice. She's even sexier. So that by the time we come at this is probably the worst analogy I've ever done in my life. By the time we come at the end of Taurus season, yeah. Hey, what's up? What's up? Sugar or cinnamon? Sugar? All right, I like sugar. What's up, sugar? Yeah, I got him on deck. Now, once we actually get into like Cancer season, you'll know where they're actually coming from. We're not there yet. Gemini season will provide that information. But in fact, the Gemini season phase 3 is going to provide you awareness about the information of what you're instantly manifesting. You're manifesting information. It's enlightening you to what you're doing. So you're like, oh, snap. They're coming from a different dimension. That's crazy. Wow. Yeah, we've definitely heard crazier. Oh, yeah. And this is just like, wow. In fact, I'm starting to learn how to now create stuff other than strippers. I realized that the only reason why they were strippers is because that was just the setting in my subconscious. If I actually change the setting, it could literally be everything. So now Gemini is now opening the doorway of possibility into what more you can do with this ability to instant manifest. And because this is all based on creation, it's not like there's a specific reason why you create why. Relative to the nature of your own Kirk and what makes you unique and how you exercise the attribution of your abilities, that's what really will kind of facilitate that. So as you can see, this Mercury retrograde portion is the reevaluation of what you value and what your value is. Because let me tell you something. Yesterday's price is not today's price. And like, once you're able to do that and manifest stuff, I'm sorry, you're going to be walking around with a scarf like, oh, who wants my time? What do you need from me? I don't even need you. I'm sorry. You're going to be Taurus bougie. You are going to be Taurus season bougie. You're going to walk around like your shit don't stink. And you're going to be like, oh, I don't even need you peasants. Excuse me. I'll be going. Bye. Like, and you should feel like that. And you should feel like that. And you should own it. You must own it. This is going to hit different once that Mercury retrograde hits. And you're like, oh, word. Oh, word. I got it like that. Oh, you people who you used to be shy in front of, you're not about to be shy no more. You're about to be like, hello, hi, here's my card. Excuse me, excuse you, how you doing? Like, it's gonna be a little weird. With the earrings, gonna be a little weird, but like, it's all good. And so as this retrograde reevaluates the whole process of how you revisit everything you've been trying to do the normal way, you are replacing it with instant manifestation that, instant manifestation that, instant manifestation that. And I'm using instant manifestation as just an example. It doesn't have to even be instant, but I think that's the best way to explain the effects of this supernatural rewiring of your brain. Every time I flirt with someone on the internet for no reason, I gain another 10 acres of usable land and I don't have to pay taxes on. Tell me you're a Scorpio without telling me you're a Scorpio. That is amazing. But like, What if I told you that, especially with his Scorpio sun awareness, he can actually make that real? I hope I'm not snitching on you. He can actually do that and then reinforce that in his behavior so that every time he actually does that, he's not wavering. It's not like, will this actually work? It's like, oh no, I did this. This is on its way. This is what you're strengthening. And this is actually the whole process of what makes it work, instead of it just falling in your lap and actually doing it. But the whole notion of Uranus is what takes the unconventional nature of this concept as something that you would think is far out and makes it real. And that's why I encourage you to be as crazy as you can with this, because you're an infinity heir. You're going to realize there's no limit to this, what you're manifesting. The only thing that's really going to be challenging is just really producing your unique way of how you do it compared to anybody else. You have people that are so jealous of your skills, who are so jealous of who you are. And so instead of really acknowledging that, all they can do is just live to undermine that so that they can feel better than you. We call them stupid little bitches or weak little bitches, because little bitches they are, weak and stupid ones. So as we move forward here and you see the end of this retrograde that's going to end on the 13th of May, it's very important to note that by the time, by the time Mercury goes retrograde on the 15th, or direct on the 15th, the sun has now made it on Uranus. So the sun conjuncting Uranus is taking this ability to instantly manifest and then just hype in a much more grounded awareness, strengthen your ability to do that. You could take that same concept in your own way and activate that understanding in however way. Because once Mercury goes over Uranus again, this is just going to innovate the way you instant manifest. So if Mercury sun is now really anchoring this new cycle of instant manifesting, and then Sun Uranus and Mercury Uranus is just innovating your ability to instantly manifest, then by the time we step into Gemini season, this is what's going to begin the chapter of producing the information through that new moon and the enlightenment of now this new ability, as you can see. What's very important here, however, from this May 25th position where you see the square to Mercury sextiling, this is going to be this testing of your beliefs. The square of Saturn and Pisces to any Gemini placements is as relative to the conjunction, right? With Saturn, you are now opening the door out of that conjunction to test your beliefs. Saturn is the test. Pisces is beliefs. Your beliefs are being tested by an initial test of understanding your thought process behind the beliefs you have. So, a classic example of this is you just learned how to fly. Hypothetically, you just learned how to fly. And now you're about to walk home. But now you think, wait, that presupposes that I believe I can only walk. Now I can fly. Gemini of skills and abilities. Now I can use the new ability I just learned to change my old beliefs around how I get home from having to walk to, well, now I can fly. That challenges your earlier beliefs because you are applying a new thought process. I don't know why I thought process when I said thought process. But other than that, I don't know why it's all like a factory. But is there a process that one becomes a thought? Is there a thought process that engages thoughterly? Is thoughterly even a word? Find out next time on Thought Ball Z. What's very important is, with this square of the sun with Saturn, you are actively going to be changing your beliefs because you instantly manifest now. And with Mercury direct, thank you, Crystal, for joining us. With Mercury direct, that's sextiling this changing of your beliefs. Welcome to the Infinity Club. Okay, Infinity gang. This is going to reinforce what you are moving forward with this instant manifestation ability. And it's during this period at the beginning of Gemini season, even if you see evidence contrary to what you've already produced, keep reinforcing what you believe so that at this crucial, vulnerable period of the square, you don't reinforce horrible thought processes. Thank you. Mentalism is a field that I want to master too, especially as far as magic. So I truly appreciate that. All right. So really, other than that, June 3rd, we're going to have the Uranus conjunction with Mercury. And that Uranus conjunction with Mercury is going to facilitate the final innovation of this instant manifestation ability. And by then, Jupiter will already be in Taurus. So by the time Jupiter goes into Taurus and has that square with the North Node before the nodes go into Aries, Jupiter is just going to expand to the next level your ability to manifest to the next level. But this is after you've already built a solid base towards manifesting at the next level. And that, y'all, in a nutshell, is going to be this transit, where the rest of this, in its sextile to Neptune and subsequent trine to Pluto and Gemini, will awaken this new magic mind in ways that enhance your ability to process anything in your life supernaturally, like you took a pill of NZT and now you are limitless. So if we go back to now, the reason why I maintain very powerfully that it's really starting right now is this road of the sun in Aries making it to Taurus season is this in-between spot from you actively manifesting with Mercury now in Taurus your abilities versus this instant manifestation awakening. At any moment now, coming into May, or is it going to be May? At any moment now, coming into, of course, May 13th? Really? That's not right. There we go. At any moment now, coming into the 21st of April. There we go. That's right. April 21st. From now until April 21st, you are going to have this instant manifestation breakthrough. And it's not even a breakthrough. You're going to have this instant manifestation activation. The breakthrough is going to be like during Scorpio season. Once Mercury's in Scorpio, the activation is Aries, Taurus, Gemini. So you are going to have an instant manifestation activation moment. And the instant manifestation activation moment isn't just you activating a synchronicity. This is going to be a series of instant manifestations that you directly activate. And now the Taurian speed of this enables you the ability to induce causality between a function and an experience. A function, cardinal Aries, and an experience, Gemini. And that foundation will be produced, I'm preaching, through Taurus. That being said, for some of you, you're more advanced. You're already doing it. For some of you, you're very adept and you're going to accomplish this quicker than others. For others of you, you take your time and you're going to experience it during this Taurus season. There's no time limit, but I want you to understand that we are on the precipice of this evolution of your consciousness being more real than it's ever been. And so the focus that I want you to have, which you're already having, you don't need me to tell you this, but really look towards the impossible. Really see your body as a miracle producing machine housing a limitless universe within you to where you can literally experience whatever you want to experience, and your only limit is your thought process and imagination. If you say it's not possible, that's why it's not possible. Not because this accredited professor from bumblefuck nowhere produced this peer-reviewed research journal that says you're not even able to do that. Well, it's not up to anyone what you can do. You create your reality. And this process of manifestation transcends logic. You can manifest things in a way that don't make sense to you because you are not even locally here. And this is what people who won a Nobel Peace Prize recognized. If that's the case, whether this is a simulation or not, just know anything is possible. And the only reason you're getting psychically attacked is to keep you in a negative state of mind that is not optimal for being in your natural state. That being said, thank you very much for tuning in. Okay. In about 30 minutes, we're going to do the full moon ceremony. So I'm going to read the live readings for anyone who would like a reading. I see Monica, I see Stephanie, and I see Shilda. So I'm going to get to those three. Other than that, the most important thing you want to know is that you are manifesting the supernatural rewiring of your brain that will produce instant manifestation capabilities. This is still just the beginning of this 2023 takeover. Like, instant manifestation is just the basics. Imagine once we get to Virgo season in Sag, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. So this is going to, during the Aries season portion, actively, you're going to be doing this manually. So that means you're going to start doing it now. This is actually the most exciting portion of it before everything else, just adjusting and strengthening, because this moment's going to happen for you now. So you might find yourself already instant manifesting, but you're building up the quality with which you can do so. So just be sure of your convictions. Do not waver from what it is you want. Make it happen. All right. So we're going to go into the live readings. Jessica, thank you very much. So Monica, this is actually really amazing because you have Jupiter in Gemini, and that's squaring Saturn in Pisces. So you're in a position to just school these people. You are literally head checking people because in the moment you're changing their behaviors about magic. You're like taking things that people abstractify about what's possible in magic. You're making it so simple. It's almost as if they're stupid that they don't believe in simple, basic magic. And I really do mean this. Through your social interactions and through your ability to just say things, facilitate the experience. And you just break it down so simply, like, well, I mean, obviously I believed it could happen and I just called it in, however it is you do. So this Taurus chapter is going to innovate so radically your dealings with other people, because especially with Chiron, where you have it, your capacity, especially with Uranus and Sagittarius, to show people what it is you're actually manifesting is going to actually scare some people. It's going to give people the impression that they really can't betray you, because 8th house is a very trust centered house, and you're having to have people trust you with their material resources or trust people with your material resources, but you got the sauce. So this is going to take this intangible value of wisdom you have and break down so physically through your body how you take what you feel and psychically and connect it. For the longest time, and I think for a lot of us too, for the longest time, you have had intuitions. Oh, you're going to have so much fun, Libra style. You have had intuitions about certain things people are doing, but to be able to translate that physically has been hard, especially as air signs where we pick up on shit, but it's hard to ground it. What if you can ground it real time? What if your wisdom and intuition is like, oh, this person's scamming you, and then you literally break it down real time, and that's what Taurus is manifesting. your ability to actually deal with others and translate this oil of value you have, and it's actually going to break through a lot more wealth that you can harness as well. Yes, and because your moon is in Aries, this is evolving so much of your partnerships and stepping you into the next cycle of partnerships during this period, whether through prospective Aries, shout out to you, Chad, or whether through the ability for you to do so much more with other people that you are with. So, Monica, yeah, we definitely need to talk during then. That would be really cool to catch up because especially all the Saturn and Uranus in Sagittarius as Pluto Scorpio representatives, y'all are the first on a God level to harness this karma. Saturn in Scorpio is unique because Pluto rules Scorpio, so they had Saturn, Pluto, Scorpio. Like every single one of us in every Pluto generation got something. That's what I love about astrology. It's like Pokemon, or it's like an anime. The way Pluto Scorpio started versus ended, we are one of the most legendary Pluto generations. I'm very biased, but the 86, 87 gang, y'all are actually some of the most important part of Pluto Scorpio because you are the one that kicks this off since the early 2000s, right? Now we're getting ready to be passed the torch to the Saturn Capricorns, but you with Saturn and Sag, it's so important because now Saturn is squaring your Saturn. And with Uranus and Sag being King Tungsten Taurus, this is what's going to take elements of your vision, manifest them instantly, especially through other people, especially down to the point that you can literally see things on people and their body move. And it's like, wow, I'm literally mind controlling someone without even trying. And that's what's going to bring the ethics of how you do this in your 6th house with Saturn and Pisces. Supernova. Damn. So Stephanie Stringer. This is actually really cool because now we're starting to get so much closer to your personal energy. And Taurus for you, even though the Placidus chart puts this in the 3rd house, is your 4th house. So this is having you, feel at home with your ability to instant manifest. Thank you, Wendy. Much appreciated. This is helping you not only feel at home with your ability to instant manifest, but Cancers are especially Cancer women, are already the OGs of manifestation, or at least law of assumption or attraction. Since y'all are aware of the core nature of your feelings and more so your soul, I feel like even though you may go through, I feel like it's just so much more simple for you. And y'all are also psychic. So on top of that, the Taurus sextile, and honestly, it's a really good time to be a Cancer rising or a Cancer sun, because all this Taurus energy is going to bring the most realistic, supernatural grounding of your hopes and wishes through a community of people that you manifest individually. Like if it was 11th house Aquarius, this is a collective community, but an individual 11th house is the individual friends that you make. This is where if you have an 11th house in Aries, Taurus, Gemini, or Cancer, you are your own team. That's why Virgo is the hermit. Their 11th house is Cancer. Like they don't fuck with huge collectives. Their friends are individuals. You have like one-on-one friends. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not like the type of people who just tap into so many different collectives. You can. It's not because you are also an Aquarius rising, so you can. But this is where now you are understanding the attitude of how you really bring in everything that you have once again been manifesting, especially relative to other previous cycles that you had. And what's really key about this is Mars is still in Cancer right now. Mars is about 5 degrees. So you are literally activating the primal power of this god of war to intensify the power of what you're already manifesting. Literally, when I said power, Empower commented. So this is this sense of synchronicity that for you is happening on so much deeper psychic a level that Saturn is anchoring with the trine of your beliefs to where you can feel aligned with your beliefs more than ever and facilitate that for other people. Oh, wow, that's deep. That's very deep. 29 degree. No wonder. Yeah. So, because you have Chiron here and because you have Uranus and Scorpio, and for those of you who are born in the late 70s coming into the 80s, let me tell you, the reason why this is so iconic is it's different for us. Yeah, we have more advanced energy if we're born after the 90s. But for those of you who are finishing that Uranus to Taurus pipeline, that Uranian opposition is so gangster because you're having an instant manifestation of the quality of intangible facets of your own psychology that you are instantly discerning on your body language and other people's body language. Like normally when we understand and reflect on certain things about our soul, it takes a while to like embody it and feel it physically. It's different when it's perfectly aligned because that's a 50-year process. So I don't think you have to be 50 to have that. But relative to if you are, and I think it is like a 40 or 50-year process. But basically, this is what puts you in that position in completing this to now enhance this ability to instantly manifest because Uranus in Scorpio is providing you the completion of wisdom. So the difference between someone who doesn't have Uranus in Scorpio because they were born after the 90s versus you is they're instantly manifesting $100,000 and they're putting it in a bank account. And now the IRS is on their ass. Where the fuck did you get this money? Magic? He's a drug dealer. Lock him up. But you have Uranus opposite. You have the Uranus and Scorpio wisdom. You're going to have the wisdom to know how to use the ability to instant manifest as opposed to just having the ability to instant manifest. That's why if you got Uranus and Scorpio, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Now the way you use it in its completion is going to give you the maximum effect of the ability to where that person manifested $100,000. You have so much wisdom. You manifested $20, flip that 20 to $100 million. So that's really beautiful. And because Jupiter is going to be conjuncting the sun opposite your Pluto, during this period, it's going to really open the avenue for you to so powerfully break through in how much wealth you make and how you are evolving to the next level, the skills and the way you communicate your identity towards others. And this is just going to bring so much profound breakthrough in your awareness of this in your career personally. Okay. So next we have Shilda. All right. Shilda is born 96. No fucking way. Not you having Saturn 0 degrees on your rising and Mars and the sun. Yo, you gonna have to leave. I'm not gonna do this reading. And you got a Pisces moon? No. You need to chill. Listen. Not you being a whole gangster at born in 1996. Listen. Y'all need to chill. Just like asking me to read your chart. I can get in trouble now because I'm giving you this information. Because they targeting. You got a 12th house Pisces moon. You know they're targeting you. Why are you trying to drag me into this? I know that's what I'm saying. Why are you trying to drag me into this? Y'all know, Oh, come on. Do you know I'm reading a legitimate divine alien? Okay, so you got Mars in its dignity and the sun in its exaltation. So you are literally a gangster warrior. You are a divine warrior. You're the literal instrumental definition of the divine gangster warrior or the divine gangster. Dude, it's like I'm in an anime. I can't believe I'm seeing what I'm seeing. You have an exact 0 degree conjunction with Saturn on your rising. So you're literally a gangster. You literally have so much integrity in who you are that would be one thing. But with Mars and the sun, that's very significant. The sun is exalted and Mars is in its dignity. So you got the blicky. You produce some kind of fire. Mars keep the blicky on them. You know how to fight. Or at the very least, even if you don't have any fighting ability, you're very powerful. And now having that on top of a moon in Pisces is so ridiculous because this transcends the intuitive function with which your soul feels everything that's happening, but you embody this awareness individually. Okay. So that's going to make your experience with this Mercury and Taurus very weird and very strange, but also very different because with Uranus in Aquarius and you being a part of the new generation, 96, 97, and 98, you guys are leaders of the new school. You guys are literally awakening supernatural powers and ability at a godlike level. And so once y'all power returns, you are literally the mascot of this. I'm actually honored we're talking right now. You are the one. You are the fucking one. And you are the divine one. Okay. The moon in Gem, like Carrie is the true one, right? The Virgo moon Aries are the master ones. You are the divine one. And I have every reason to know that you know that. And with Uranus and Aries, you move automatically. You're so aligned with who you know you are. This enables you to just discern knowledge that with your moon in Pisces gives you this total understanding. So yeah, everyone's going to be instantly manifesting, but because you already have Mercury in Taurus, first of all, you have literally started chapter 1. Okay. Chapter 1 is Jupiter in your first house that is evolving since 2010, your personality. And then when Jupiter goes into Taurus, you're literally going to make money. You're going to evolve your price, what price you value yourself and work with, and what you actively manifest. So while Mercury is now putting yourself in a position to manifest this element of your values relative to this activation of your personality, this is going to manifest not only the quality of your power and who you are, but because this is going to be squaring Uranus that Pluto is awakening right now, you'll be in positions where you are going to know what you're manifesting before you even manifest them. But the challenge is to actively innovate relative to this higher knowledge, this understanding of what you're doing. By the way, for those of you who sent 20, the minimum is 40. So I'm just letting you know that at 20, the minimum for a tarot card is 20. So I'm just going to assume you want a tarot card. But yeah, this, because it falls in your second house, is putting you in a position to practically really, ground the nature of, at its most basic level, money, because second house Taurus is classically money. It is physical material that is valued. It's any kind of currency. So this is going to really, now with the Pisces moon, tap you into literally drawing from the astral realm itself to just manifest whatever you want. But I think the more important part about this Mercury transit is the Sun Jupiter evolution that's going to be on your sun. So that's really badass. I'm not even going to front. Like that's gonna it's not only going to push it forward, you might be the one who evolves other people through it happening. So I really hope that resonated, because that was definitely very interesting. Okay, much appreciated, Joe. So next we have Jessica. Jessica, what do you mean by general? I want to make sure you don't mean the cards, right? Or if you do, by the way, I do have my automatic 50% discount. So for anyone who would like a transit forecast about the next 6 months ahead or about your chart, you can order a reading. There's no discount code. It is automatic. Okay. But yeah. Daniil Samuel, please email me your natal chart. Daniil, email me your sun, moon, or rising or your natal chart. And Monique, thank you very much. All right, cool. So this is really beautiful because Cancer risings and Leo risings are winning, in my opinion. They're winning so much because Leo risings have the 10th house blow up, and then Cancer risings have the 10th house Aries blow up, and the 11th house Taurus glow up, or promised land. So like all Cancer risings at a very ridiculous level are getting ready to have their hopes and dreams come true at a very, very powerful level. The peace dealer at gmail.com. Okay. And it really puts into perspective the hard work you've put in to get to that position, because it's not really coming out of nowhere. The work you're doing this Aries season is literally expanding what more you can accomplish in your career. And all of that rewards from career is going to manifest all through Taurus season. It's going to completely change your thoughts about who you are and what you're ready to accomplish. So this Mercury and Taurus transit is going to do a whole lot to really focus your mind not only on who belongs with you enjoying this success and what friends that you're making throughout this process, but as a Sagittarius sun, it's going to make you aware of who in this social circle of friends and who in your community you not only can trust, but connect so much more deeper to. And this process is going to enable you to connect so much more intimately at an individual level with the people in your neighborhood who will probably be gravitating around you. Furthermore, especially since you have this amazing alien Sag energy, the Scorpio oppositions and the Sag quincunxes are intensifying with this quality of what you're creating as a Cancer rising to now really, I feel like for you, you've always had the sauce. Like you've always had things that people needed, but maybe didn't know they needed. And now that you have manifested this success with the right people around, everything that you've always had, people are gravitating to. Like this is going to be a period where it's like, oh yeah, I have this. Oh yeah, I have that. Oh yeah, like talents that you've always had that might have been underappreciated. Now there's a context for them. Now there's more of a use for them. Now it's like, oh, okay, that's what they were being developed for this entire time. And it opens up coming into, of course, July, a brand new direction of where to take your own personality and this transformation of who you are. Okay. And we do have Temperance, which is you, the Sagittarius card, the daughter of the reconciler. So this is really you literally using alchemy to bring nothing into something, and also to bring balance through this success. Okay. And the 5 of Cups, I feel, is you transmuting that negativity as a Cancer moon. And I also have Universe. Yeah, you're transmuting it and bringing into completion the end of whatever negative you felt, and not even just negativity as a concept, but actual, negative processing of energy and being able to just turn it into success, which is just super gangsta. Crystal, did you want a card? I wanted Crystal Richard. I want to make sure it was a card you wanted. All right. So the Aquarian TV, full moon on your natal Saturn at 15 degrees Libra as a Capricorn rising. Saturn is your ruler. Okay. So that's really powerful because Jupiter, that's opposite your Saturn at this capacity, is completing the conjunction that it made 2017. So you should go back to 2017. And this is really cool because it's like a lever being switched from your 9th, 10th house down to your 4th. You may be moving during this period. You may be renovating your inner home or your comfort being yourself during this period. And the reason why that's very important is because relative to that, the understanding of how at home you are with yourself relative to this sense of evolution, once again, is opening up not only this understanding, but also your willingness and ability to, coming into the 5th house in Taurus, apply this instant manifestation ability relative to your own creativity and inner child. Okay. Appreciate you, Shiva. So the reason why that even goes further deeper into breaking this through. No, Aquarian TV, I'm using whole sign system and the equal signs. So Placidus, it might be 3rd, but as a Cap rising, Aries is still going to mark your 4th house because that's going to be the 4th sign from the rising. So this is really, even though it's going to fall on the 3rd and 9th, those are really just more derivations of its 10th and 4th house aspect that you'll probably just develop skills based on that understanding of comfort. But regardless, and shout out to Divine Tribal Soul, the reason why this is very important is as a Cap rising with Pluto that's already finished through your rising, Jupiter that's now completing Saturn's conjunction from 2017 is going to expand upon how you can do more in your own home space or attitude to really connect socially, because you're getting ready to complete your Saturn return when it goes into Aries. And this Aries season is definitely, you know what I'm saying? You definitely just push forward and really, really, really be in that position to powerfully, yes, Crystal, not only facilitate the sense of balance, but because all of this is going to be in that 5th, 4th house region, this is going to innovate the quality of your talents and how much stronger you not only facilitate, but push forward with this. That's going to lead into Gemini season for you, where you will be integrating intellectually everything that you've kind of produced. It's like learning how to take your guitar playing to the next level and then innovate where you perform and how you perform. So for Shiva, we do have the 2 of Swords, which is the Lord of Peace restored. So this is saying, whether you're indecisive or not, this is saying that you are going to be very inspired in the moment by very passionate feelings that you want to make sure you apply with a level of logic. Before you jump in to do something, make sure you have your mind over your heart. And the main card we have for you is the 2 of Wands, which I feel like is literally what I just said. You're going to be very passionate because you're realizing more than ever what it is you want. This is the Lord of Dominion. You're on your shit. You are on top of your shit. You have the world in your literal hands. I mean, you're a Pisces sun, but this is you really discovering a whole lot of how you want to manifest your vision on the world. And this moon and the 2 of Swords is just saying, don't get too passionate that you don't act off on things quickly. Make sure you apply good logic and sleep on things if you have to. All right. So 2 of Wands is really awesome. You're going to really step into more success through this. So Oh, okay. Thank you, Danielle. So next we have Krista Boyce. Krista, thank you very much. So, Krista, oh, there we go. All right, perfect. So, Krista, we know you have the Cap Sun and the Aqua Rising, Cap Sun and Moon and the Aqua Rising. So, congratulations, of course, as a Aqua Rising. Pluto is beginning to awaken you. Okay. And relative to this awakening, this is actually transcending the 12th house quality of your incredible being as a goat. To have sun and moon, even if it falls in the first, ruled by that 12th house energy, is a transcendent function of God level power that probably puts you in your own lane. So a major facet of really integration, facilitating breakthrough for you is the full expression of the integrity of your beliefs through this foundation of your values. Because especially through this Jupiter chapter, I would say as a Cap Sun, and then next as a Aqua Rising, this could facilitate a huge, period of moving. Even if you're moving within yourself and you're not physically going anywhere, but you're like traveling internally, this is definitely going to put you in a position to reevaluate seriously how you contextualize the divine nature of how powerful you are. You may have veiled elements throughout this entire Pluto Capricorn chapter of how powerful you are, because you may not have been able to accept certain properties of it. And so this is definitely going to make so much more clear relative to this evolution of your own inner world and attitude as an Aqua Rising. And now that you're anchoring the value of your personality through Saturn in your second. So, it definitely goes a long way, especially you dealing with children. You're going to come into a deeper, more grounded understanding of how to either connect with children or express your own innate talents. But what's very important is that you are creating and manifesting the foundation of your own unique talents. And shout out to Samuelson and Divine Tribal Soul. All right. Of you're manifesting the foundation of your unique innate talents with this Taurus 5th house to your sun and moon that will provide this foundation, whether through instant manifestation, of really activating, and then later on with Jupiter evolving what might be for the first time this new element of a talent or something you're really good at doing, or an existing talent that you are far surpassing to the next level. As an Aqua Rising, Mars that's getting ready to hit your 7th will be integrating the sincere feeling of how you direct everything that you're producing as far as developing within yourself towards other people, and integrate that in your lifestyle and routine. So next we have Danielle. Danielle, we know that your sun and Jupiter and Venus are in Taurus, and you got a Scorpio rising. So isn't that just ridiculous? I think what's very oh, you're also one of us. You're a transformer and you're a vessel of Neptune. So you can literally look at someone and see who they are within their soul. As a moon Neptune, you could read souls and auras, but then in Sagittarius, you manifest this soul magic that enables you not only to discern the quality of who people mean, but as a Taurus sun, you can actually see it within their body language. You are different. Damn, this is like super alien energy. You literally channel higher frequency beings. So Taurus and Jupiter is this Midas touch for you to ground this wisdom in a very simplistic way that takes these higher themes that simplifies it. You probably can channel electricity through your body, and if you can't after this transit, you will. The North Node in Taurus is also with this final eclipse completing this manifestation of partnerships that align more with you, that you are directly bringing into form. Your chart is badass. I'm not even gonna front. This is pure royalty you represent. So with this ascended soul, you not only have a social personality, but you're a god level shaman. It's even in Shaman King. If you watch Shaman King, you'll see that there's shamans and then there's god level shamans. You are a god level shaman. And on top of being a god level shaman, you're pure royalty. So like these concepts are going to go from an idea to you literally embodying what it means to be a god level pure royal shaman. That is so awesome, first of all. And this is definitely going to, relative to Jupiter's entrance in your 7th and Jupiter return, strengthen the evolved quality of the value of your partnerships, how much more wealth you manifest through these partnerships. And at this point, you're just going to be putting people on. That's the way I see it. By the time the North Node goes into Aries, the element of everything that you are in a position to manifest like so, you're going to now be destined to integrate into a very powerful lifestyle relative to Jupiter that has evolved your lifestyle. But as a Taurus sun, transcended how you identify yourself as. I think because you have Pluto, okay, it's at the beginning, but still we're in Aries season. So this opposition to Pluto, although stressful, is still going to facilitate in this breakthrough at as well as it can. Oh, somebody emailed me their chart, but the link you sent me does not work. Is there a way you can just email me your sun, moon, or rising, or if you can screen share the chart? But the link, Tatiana, that you sent, it does not work. Okay. So next we have Monique Becker. Okay, thank you for sending your chart. We see that you are not only High Queen royalty, but you also have the spirit of the natural queen. This is literally like the last person I just spoke to, except they had pure royalty as a 7th house Taurus. You have high nobility and cosmic royalty as a 4th house Taurus. Your chart shows the intercepted houses and Taurus being in the 3rd, but your sun is actually in the 4th house. If we were to use the equal sign system, we would blend the 3rd and the 4th house. Just to explain why I'm going to say 4th house, because at 28 degrees, you are literally like 3 degrees away from your equal sign 4th house. And this makes you the foundation. This enables you to be the spirit of value as the high queen you are. And you are original value. All right. Authenticity. You are the original boss or the original queen. And the reason why this is really powerful is because Venus on your moon links your soul with the goddess. You have the goddess. You are literally a vessel of the goddess Ra in Aries. And that's opposite Saturn and Pluto. So there could be this socially contextualized beef that you feel between others in your soul with microaggressions, throwing shade. I don't know why they ever thought they could even play with a high queen. They'll never have anything on you. But this 4th house Taurian energy is strengthening the attitude and skills that will really enable you to manifest more confidence, standing on the values of who you are than you have ever had. Okay. And this is very important because you are so strong. And yet you, with this Pisces signature, have this transcendent power of originality. And then you have Mercury in its dignity in Gemini. So you are brilliant in your ability to process information. Because the Aries portion of this transit is going to hit your moon and Venus, Jupiter that's evolving it right now is now shifting the scales between who you've been dealing with socially, especially over the past 5 years. If you've had a lot of social pressure between people undermining you, and trying to take advantage of your value, this is the period where those scales tip completely. I mean, you've always had the advantage, but it may not have looked like it. This is where it's going to really look like it more. Or if you already had the advantage, you're pressing even more pressure on it. With that Jupiter evolving this to buffer the Pluto Saturn opposition, because it's not a bad opposition. It's a very powerful opposition, but because of the extreme nature of it, it can allow the social energy around, or the social context around you, to literally, I'm not going to say gaslight, but especially square the nodes, undermine your value, or try and psychologically, play games like you're angry when you're not angry, you're just being passionate. But that Taurus season transit is going to strengthen the attitude that goes into how strong you are and really the beauty that comes through you. Because you have Chiron here now and Uranus and Neptune and Sag, this is also going to transform the quality of how much more strong a healer you are. Because people may not realize that you are a miracle healer. Like, you have the ability to touch people and heal them. Not in the way faith healers do. They wish they can do what you did. So by the time Mercury finishes here, your capacity of being able to produce effects of this without even trying is going to be literally without even trying so awesome. And it's going to also bring you down a deeper level through your heart of being able to empower this fire healing through your heart. So it's like taking you to the next level of being able to heal. And I mean, this could heal yourself, but I feel like this is just going to help you heal others around you, in the sense where your aura projects this humidifying energy, this spiritual humidifier of just healing energy, to where wherever you're placed, like, yourself so much that wherever you're placed, just your presence and the effect of your energy alone is drawing in so much value and wealth, and you owning that like never before, and not allowing the society around you to take advantage, but you actually set the grounds of how, with this taking of your power back, you facilitate all of that. Okay. Tatiana, I got $22, so I'm gonna pull a tarot card for that. Okay. I'm assuming you want a tarot card. For tarot, it's minimum 20. For astrology, it's minimum 40. So let's see. Next, we have Ashley Castro. Thank you so much for your patience, Ashley. So, Ashley, we know you are the master. And you actually came from a past life to whoop that ass, to whoop some ass. I wish I was joking too. Like, this is actually pretty badass. Like, you have Venus 28 degrees on the south node, and then 29-degree Pisces Mars. Jesus. With the north node 12 degrees Pisces. So you came to bring some kind of divine retribution towards other people. Yeah, you did. You even got 28. What is this? And you're a Scorpio sun? What? Whoa, that's very interesting. So you have 28-degree conjunction Saturn and Uranus and Sag. Yes, you do. That's wild. And that is a T-square in between 29 degrees Mars in Pisces and 28 degrees Venus in Virgo. You have to be on point. There's no way you have this and you are not flawlessly on point. Okay, there. I was finna say, holy shit. This reeks of like agent to me. Like you're like the cosmos's secret agent, and you just know how to be at the right place at the right time, and before anyone even knows what's happening, you just so aligned with destiny. You change the domino, and that affects everyone else's destiny. That is wild. Even your Gemini, you got Jupiter and Moon in Gemini. You're a true Scorpio. Like Future. You're a transform. You must be cold as fuck. That is wild. You even have the vessel of Jupiter here. So you are a cold MFer. That is wild. You represent true wisdom. So because this Taurus energy is going to be your partnership energy, you are coming into this greater ascension of how realistically you not only manifest partnerships with people on your level, but you also through, okay, word, that's what's up. Might have to holler at me. Holla at me. No, I'm joking. I'm actually not joking, but definitely relative to that Scorpio signature, because you have a Scorpio signature as a Scorpio, which is this is just like wow. No, for real, because I know you got the Aries moon too. So like both the Aries and the Gemini moon, both of you meet as Taurus moon Scorpio, which is really interesting. But like personally, you know what I'm saying? The Scorpio as the Virgo rising enables you to psychoanalyze in the moment, in an instant, while the moon in Gemini literally helps you receive what people are thinking in this 10th house around you. It's so hard to explain because there's so much perceptual mastery in the moment. It's like your brain is doing so many different things at once, and you're still a Scorpio. But you got Pluto on the sun. Jesus Christ. So like you're not human, you're an alien, you're an angel, you got an angel soul, you got the king of the gods on your soul, and then you got Hades on your sun. You're like some angel alien. Like you're not from here. Like, you know what I'm saying? So the way you're able to show the natural qualities of that towards other people is going to have you indirectly teach these elements of your value, especially as a Virgo rising where Saturn is preparing you for marriage, business partnerships. You're strengthening the divorce if you're married, but you're strengthening the quality of the standards of your partnerships. So the way you deal with others is leveling up. And now what I noticed with Virgo rising, start out to Stariari, the 9th house Uranus and Taurus had her teach us Toltec shamanism. She initiated us into shamanism. And that's how, like, as a Virgo rising, you're able to teach these innovative principles regardless of what you're teaching, but it's definitely going to prepare you to bring relationships to the next level and what you learn from them and what you're teaching those people you're in relationships with. But your chart is legit. I'm gonna just be completely honest. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this transit because it's definitely gonna be for you much different. Much different. Hold on. So Tatiana, you're sending me your chart, right? Oh, perfect. Okay. So Tatiana, you sent me that link, but the link you sent doesn't work. So if you can just email me your sun, moon, and rising, because the you sent me the link again, but the link you're sending me is only showing me that based on your account. I don't have your account there, so it's not going to come through to me. Linus and the wife squad. That's what's up. That's what's up. Thank you, 12 NCs. You know what it is. All right, so next we got Jennifer. Je ne sais quoi. Oh yeah. Jennifer, we know you the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Oh, so you a queen goddess. Okay. You have Juno in your first house. So you actually embody both Ceres and Juno, which gives you regal quality. The universe responds to Juno because no one plays with Hera at all. And you, oh my God, and you got Uranus on your moon in Scorpio, so you are an alien and a gangster. So you're an alien gangster. You got Saturn on your sun in Virgo on the North Node. Yeah, you're born 78. Let me tell you something. What people don't understand with 78 born Virgos is that they are some of the coldest, nicest people alive. The only other Virgos that I think rival them are Virgos born in the 60s, because that Sun, Saturn, North Node, you literally have the ability to manipulate the fabric of destiny through karma. And let me make this practical for you. Because you are a critic and are critical with your analysis, especially as the director, you can yell cut. Like Saturn rules your chart. So you have chronokinetic ability as a Scorpio moon vessel alien that channels higher frequency beings. And you literally can yell cut on people's lives and be like, that's why you're not about to get laid at all until you learn how to talk to a woman or a dude. And like that person will not get like you can literally decide people's karma. You can literally influence the destiny that people will experience. And this is how you teach integrity in the way people behave. You teach behavioral integrity and behavioral development. And we didn't even get to now the inner genius of psychological or psychoanalysis that you have with the moon Scorpio. So that's very important, because this Taurus transit is going to fully manifest your moon Scorpio, your moon Uranus Scorpio. The elements, the intangible elements of your soul that you've had your whole life that have enabled you to very magically just master your own reality are now being completed in the nature with which this fully manifests. So with Jupiter opposite your Libra power and Uranus opposite the Taurus energy, there are elements of yourself that you've always felt, but probably weren't able to put into words or make real, that you're flowing like water. You're making more real than ever. You're being put in a position to now creatively express your talent in ways that bring you more wealth and in ways that put you in a position to very, 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 very powerfully not only level up, but also remember who you are in a way that brings you back to yourself in a way that you've never personally really experienced. So I hope you really enjoy this, because this is going to be like a revivification of your inner child in a way that your soul can realistically connect to. No longer metaphorical or figurative. You are now physically really experiencing this, which is really, really, really awesome. Especially because now, as a Cap rising with Mars that's in your 7th house, you're going to be able to apply all this integration directly towards others without having to like build up to it. So I really hope you enjoy this. That South Node unlocking has unlocked the supernatural quality of this. Yeah. And yeah, unicorn gang, you are literally a queen goddess unicorn. So this is going to take that away from being a fantasy concept and how you literally manifest that fantasy concept into real life. Okay. So Cancer Sun, Aries Moon, Gemini Rising. All right. Shout out to Royal DX. As a Gemini Rising, we know you're an angel and you are the original priestess. All right. You are original sincerity as an angel, as a messenger. And so Gemini Risings, you want to know, ew, I hate interceptions. I don't like Placidus because equal is the way. It's whole signs. Even though Placidus is accurate. Placidus is accurate. I just like the equal. I just like the it's equal. It's equality for everyone. So as this original power, Gemini risings and Geminis, you have to be okay with accepting that you're an angel. It's not going to be easy because you're around dumb motherfuckers who don't even know you exist as an angel. And so air signs or Gemini risings and even water signs, but air signs, sun, moon, and risings perpetually deal with the frustration of constantly having to dumb yourself down to people who refuse to understand this higher realm you exist on. This is what makes air signs supreme. Air sign is the supreme class and water sign is the sacred class, even above air. So like, it's hard for everyone else to accept what we're saying without them thinking we're crazy or delusional because they're fucking stupid. So this is going to require surrender during this Taurus chapter coming into 2024 before Jupiter goes over your rising, because you are transcending the whole quality of your existence as an angelic being. Okay. You don't need sleep. You don't need to eat. That doesn't mean you won't still get hungry, but this is going to transcend, relative to this manifestation ability, the grounded process of you facilitating all the success. And of course, as a Gemini rising, because your Cancer sun is aware of Aries as your career, it is the friends that you are making who align with your authenticity and soul that will show you who you move forward with, of course, to get this success. You have transcended this need for other people's approval because you're an enlightened being. So people can't manipulate you. And this is having you feel in the passive aggressive, psychologically manipulative ways that people directly and indirectly try to undermine you. But they get more and more frustrated because you're an angel. Like, it will never work. You are superior to them in every way. And I don't mean in this like elitist sense. I mean relative to their actions that show they are inferior by them acting in the way they're acting without you having to do anything. And that frustrates these type of people. So this is going to really help you release any fears around who you know you have always been. So that, especially as a Cancer sun, because you are manifesting the juice. You got the juice. You have the spirit juice. You are like, that's so fun. Like second house Cancer, you're a boss. You got the juice. That's what you manifest. And this is going to really add more confidence towards transcending the beliefs around how you really step into this value that you have always had. Okay. Oh God. Wow. Sweet. Okay. Mashika, thank you. I'm assuming you want a tarot card. Just in case, because the minimum for the chart is 40. So if you want that, I'm assuming you do. If not, I would just pull a tarot, no worries. So I want to make sure I'm getting okay, Heather. I see Heather's chart. Dior Wall Street. Yampue. I'm trying to see. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's that. Okay, so that's yours. Ricardo Castile. There we go. And then we got so Heather. Okay, Heather, I got you. So who is Tatiana? Tatiana, if you can still email me your chart without the link, please. Let's see. Looks like next we have Dior Wall Street. So Dior Wall Street, you are the master warrior. The Virgo Moon Aries Sun is the master warrior, or the perfect original, or the perfect warrior as a high king. So you're pure royal, as a pure king or pure queen. So you're pure royalty. Okay. This is very beautiful because relative to this, right? This is definitely going to challenge the quality of how much more powerfully, damn, your chart is legit. How much more powerfully you focus the intensity of your personality, because you are a gangster. You are actually you are the archetype I was talking about how Pluto Saturn starts it off before we have Saturn and Uranus and Sag. You are the embodiment of this extreme purity of focus in character and the totality of wisdom that comes into this expression. So now all of this is in your 7th house. And as an Aries sun, you are manifesting the value of these partnerships. And this is very important because the partnerships you have with others will directly influence your self-esteem. So all this extreme Scorpio energy that you have as a part of your personality intimidates the shit out of a lot of people, as it should. But this definitely puts you in a position to now, with this Mercury return, apply this instant manifestation capability towards how you manifest value with and for other people. Once again, Aries in your 6th house is next to Taurus, and Taurus is 2nd house from your Aries sun. Thank you, Tatiana. I got it. Perfect. So this being in the position that is, Mashika, thank you very much. So this being in the position that it is puts you in a position to gain value with proper relationships of those who add value to you. Because you are this pure gangster, this is going to, with the integrity of your character, protect you from people who really will just waste your time or resources. And so this with the eclipse not only promises the manifestation of relationships you're destined to really bring into fruition, but with the South Node that will unlock Pluto, you are unlocking years worth of latent energy within you that's just going to supercharge and kick this off very, 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 very powerfully, if not super powerfully. We also know you have Jupiter in Capricorn, and you manifest light magic with Uranus and Sagittarius unconventionally. So a lot of the evolution of this facet of your attitude and the skills produced and directed there is what will strengthen the quality of how you take Jupiter and Cap in your 3rd and take those evolved incredible skills and direct them towards other people, which could literally be like mind control, or literally could be like influencing people without them knowing you're influencing them and perfecting that technique. But I think for you will really be more bridging the pure nature of your philosophy towards how you manifest and show that towards others. And thankfully, your moon being in Virgo will help you feel the analysis of how to break down these elements of the experience too. But yeah, your chart is legit. And I really think that you will enjoy this very much so, especially because this is the completion of everything you've been working on since November of 2022. And this is now completing that level of the eclipse. So, Tatiana, we know you got your sun in Leo. No. Yeah. We know. Oh, okay. We know you got your rising in Leo. And interestingly enough, oh, wow, it doesn't show me your sun, but it does show me your moon in Taurus and your Mercury in Virgo. So that looks like your sun might be probably in Virgo, if not Leo. No, I think I saw sun Leo. Hold on. No. Okay, there we go. Sun in the ascendant. So yeah, it looks like your sun is in Leo. Sun in 1st house ascendant. I don't know why I didn't put it there, but Leo sun, Taurus moon, Leo rising. This is, of course, going to influence, Tati, your career. And this is going to really innovate the quality with which you achieve career success and feel that nature of career success for yourself too, as a Leo sun and rising, which is going to really just bring a lot of excitement towards everything you're geared to accomplish, and everything that you've worked on. Even though your 10th house in MC is in Aries, which Jupiter is currently evolving, this is going to really increase the quality of who you celebrate that success with. And the most important thing is that these elements of your career you're manifesting are still relatively new in the sense that it is inspiring you to really almost move forward with this new direction in a way that not only inspires more of, how much you've been leveling up, but with your moon in Taurus, you're going to feel exactly the nature of the quality that you can step into through this. And you're going through a Mars return with Venus, and with all this being in the 12th house, this is all going to prepare you for August, where the sun in Leo is going to be in your first house. The North Node is going to be in your 10th house region, pushing you forward towards accomplishing more in your career, especially given who you are and how this will break open the ceiling for other people after you. Because you also have Saturn retrograde in Aries. Yeah. So this is going to really be a lot of legacy accomplishment you're preparing for in alignment with destiny. So this, everything before August, especially with the 12th house Mars, you might not feel motivated. You might feel lethargic. You know what I'm saying? Especially as a Leo sun, you might feel like, you know, you're fighting against this need to just chill and dive deep in your emotions. This is the 12th house movement. As those planets move out your 12th and through your first into Leo, you're going to recharge energy. Boom. So everything up until then is just having you reevaluate, recharge, and that Taurus Aries portion is manifesting the value of the actions you've been taking to, of course, evolve your career direction, or at least your goals and where you're taking things, which once again, super awesome, especially because you have Mercury and Virgo. So this capacity and quality for you to instantly manifest, your Mercury and Virgo will instantly know how to perfect it, how to perfect the technique, how to draw that through. And that's also going to be really cool. So we see your new gen. And as someone as a part of the new generation now, Pluto is awakening your Uranus. And this is going to add so much claircognizant brilliance and genius as well. Clearly, with Jupiter in Capricorn, you're probably born in 96, North Node Libra. Yeah. So this is definitely going to go a long way towards preparing you for your Saturn return and early success in your career at such a young age. Congratulations. Okay, that's really awesome. So next we have Ricardo Castillo. So with Ricardo, damn. Okay. Gemini rising angel, and then pure wisdom. So you're like the angel of wisdom. That's so lit. Because you have this prominent Scorpio stellium. Oh, you probably born 94. What you got? North Node Sag, so 93, 94. Because you have this prominent North Node Scorpio stellium. Oh yeah, you're a wisdom lord too, because you're a conduit of Pluto. Damn, you got the nice alien constructs, bro. So yeah, you're a vessel and conduit of Hades. So this is the reason why I have to factor this is going to hit so much different from my aliens, from my gods and goddesses, especially you, Ricardo, because with this concentration of Scorpio energy as a Gemini rising, Gemini risings and Gemini suns are getting ready to completely start a new cycle of evolution. So 2023 with Jupiter in the 12th is going to be this release of your beliefs, and that could feel like you're lethargic. It could feel like you're producing in the background and you're working on stuff behind the scenes. But as a Scorpio stellium, this 12th house energy is your partner. So you're aware of this as your partnerships with other people. So your partnerships with other people are transcending the values you have about who you think yourself to be and the beliefs you think about yourself. In connecting with other people, the sauce that you are clearly, you're a sauce lord. You're not even just a sauce master, you're a sauce lord. You're a lord as an angel of sauce. You are a sauce lord. So you're going to see the effects that you being so saucy and true to yourself have on other people. And this is going to start to transcend the beliefs you have about yourself because of your effect on other people. This is going to very radically not only transcend your beliefs, but as an angel, prepare you to really produce the supernatural effect of your angelic being. Less need for sleep and food, and the ability for you to project your consciousness non-locally and just think things into existence. Because as a Gemini rising, you got the juice. This definitely now takes into a greater standard and quality your ability to deal with, of course, hidden enemies with this 12th house energy, because your wisdom in Scorpio will spot them in an instant. Okay. So this is definitely going to transcend your relationships, and it's going to put you in a position to very powerfully transform the nature of how magically you're going to manifest the quality of what since November of 2022 you've unlocked with the eclipse. And the purpose of this is when the North Node was in Gemini, you unlocked your angelic being. Now you are unlocking the transformation of your lifestyle so that this can now, because you are aware you're an angel, transform your beliefs about yourself as an angel. North Node going into Aries in August is now going to push you towards the direction of people who align with you as an angel now that you have strengthened your behavior and lifestyle. And I mean, with Uranus in your 12th house, right? This is very unconventional because you are fielding beliefs that everyone else would really feel you're crazy for doing, to be completely honest. When you're not crazy, you are literally pioneering the innovation of the new world because you're an angel. So people who don't believe in angels, they wouldn't know what to think because they're stupid. So they don't know how to understand what you're saying because stupid people think smart people are crazy people. Oh. So I hope that spoke to you, Ricky, because you are definitely on the verge, especially as Jupiter will enter Taurus and oppose your Jupiter, of breaking through like never before. And everything that you constitute now, by the time we're back in your birthday, this is what's going to now integrate into a new lifestyle now that you've unlocked these new beliefs about yourself, and it's going to transform your behavior completely. So Heather, thank you very much. We know that you have your sun in Taurus and your moon in Virgo. So you are the master producer, the perfect boss. And you have this as a Sag rising. You're a creator goddess. That's super dope. So the really cool thing about that is, as a Sag rising, you actively create the integration of your lifestyle in a way that is near instant at goddess level. The reason why that's very important, Linus, please, I wouldn't even, actually, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not even going to tell you what to do. But the reason why that's very important, shout out to you, Heather, is the strengthened quality of your awareness of this integration of your lifestyle is transcending the unlocking with the South Node in your 12th, intangible facets of your spirituality. Okay. Sag rising is really awesome here because you clearly, with Pluto and Libra, have Uranus in Scorpio and Neptune in Sagittarius. So you are an instrument of this very divine sense and essence of magic, making you able to, reflect the inherent God and goddess within individuals. And the reason why this is very important is with Uranus in the 12th, there's a very hidden, intangible sense of yourself. There's a very intangible sense of yourself that with Uranus in Taurus is making intangible elements of your belief almost like magic manifest in real life. And it's really cool because in the 6th house, you're able to manifest elements of your lifestyle instantly, especially relative to November of 2022. You are completing the eclipse and you're getting ready to level up your entire routine. This is going to be beautiful. The 5th house Aries level is leveling up your talents, and you're going to integrate this creative facet of your talents by transcending who you see yourself as so that you can just embody how aligned with your behavior you are. And this mastery with the Virgo moon will now tie in more mastery of how to really facilitate this instant manifestation. So it's like you're going to be able to just align and intertwine this ability to instant manifest as a part of every part of your lifestyle because you have the goddess level personality. So you already see beyond this physical of how to make it real, which is super badass. Pluto in Libra will oppose the Sun Jupiter opposition. So that's going to like break you through old beliefs in light of you literally performing elements of these abilities super powerfully at that. Catherine Murray. Hold on. Cat Murray. Catherine, did you send a PayPal or a Cash App? I want to make sure I didn't miss you. Yeah. Whew. All right. So last but not least, we got Mashika. Thank you. Gemini Sun, Moon Sag, the Ascended Angel. Ooh, as a High Queen. All right. Ooh, this is next level Gemini energy here. So are you, and you Pluto Scorpio, and you Go Squad. Let me find out. You Go Squad. Okay. So you're probably born 88, 87. Saturn and Cap, Uranus and that. I'm not gonna hold you. Your chart is legit. So you know thyself, and you're the ascended angel of truth. So like that's wild. So you literally just see the truth and you just truth blast people all day. I know they don't like you. I know people don't like you. I know people love you, but they don't like you. Oh, 29-degree Uranus in Sagittarius. Oh my God. I need to give you a reading. This is crazy. Let me share this alien construct with you. Oh my God. Cause like, this is next level. I'm not even going to front. You must be super creative too. That is crazy. She can just walk into a room and just channel stuff for people on the spot. Like, why are you cheating on your wife? How did you know I'm cheating on my wife? I've never met you a day in my life. And when you got it like that, you had to be mischievous. I know you just shake stuff up no matter where you go. Oh my God, that's crazy. Oh my God, that's crazy. Let's get it. That's wild. That's super wild because first of all, you got the Aquarius awakening you, but that 29-degree Uranus Sagittarius is wild. Next to 0-degree Saturn Cap. So like, you are a disruptor. Fake people cannot be around you. You are a nightmare to fake people. They cannot stand you. I know it. You don't even be picking on them. It's just you'll say the right thing at the right time that's wrong for them. And now they've been exposed, and you weren't even trying to expose nobody. So you got Jupiter in Taurus, and Jupiter in Taurus is going to very powerfully buffer the effects of this transit that you're going through, especially because relative to, you know what I'm saying, the quality of your own foundation as an aqua rising and where you feel at home standing on these values, it can facilitate a move as well. This is going to transcend the thoughts around how you express your ideas. But the coolest thing about this is you already have an ascended soul. So with this ascended soul, your understanding of what you're directly communicating, being born on this full moon, is going to just completely truth blast the nature. Shout out to the 88 generation. Is going to completely truth blast the quality of everything that's being instantly manifested, literally instantly. There we go. Yeah. And I know you wild with the truth. Like you do not hold back the truth. You say it in the eccentric ways you want to. And please understand, people are going to act like you're crazy, but they don't accept that you are saying it to them in exactly the way they need to hear it. The unconventionality just really accounts for your ascended nature and stuff that's over their head. So Taurus is going to really drive home the value relative to the past 10 years of your life of how you've never missed, even though others may have made it seem that your victories were losses, and you're just recouping this transcendence of how you recap every single memory since the last time you had this Jupiter return. I want to say 2011. And that really just goes so much of a long way, especially because now coming into this Gemini season portion of the Mercury Taurus transit, especially through the retrograde, this is going to reevaluate the foundation with which you just move forward and hold back nothing as you just, of course, continue to express yourself more creatively than ever. But I feel like this transit is going to really adjust the nature of how personally you actually express yourself creatively. Thank you. When I see the truth, I say it. I needed to hear that. I needed to hear that. That is the Sag Moon Gemini. See it, say it. You show and tell, and people cannot stay it. I say all the time, it comes in my head, yes, because you channel high frequency beings. I think I shared you that alien construct article. Your capacity to channel this comes to you instantly, and it's not stuff that people can hide from you. So the importance of the Taurus chapter is it's going to bring more grounded, personal to you, sensual function to where you have more real context towards everything you're saying, which will just make you feel so much more comfortable explaining and expressing everything you're saying. So I really hope that speaks to you. This is definitely going to prepare you really well for the summer. And by the time Mercury is in your sign, we'll be able to overcome that. So someone wants me to read their progress chart. Looking forward to receiving that email. Thank you very much. I think that's very smart that you want me to interpret the progressed so we can see how that's going relative to the natal. It's just like second nature. Hold on. You are a goddess. I want to make sure you are the goddess angel. Uranus on the moon means you're a vessel of this goddess energy as a high queen. So unlike most other angels, you are like a goddess level of angel. And that level of ascension is too much for a lot of people. Thank you. So Yampue, just waiting for your chart. And then after that, I'm going to go directly to the full moon ceremony. Smoking. Dior Wall Street. Ooh, ooh. Yes, I still have the 50% off discount. So you'll be able to get a discount on that. Oh, I'm gonna talk about the full moon during the ceremony in the next live. So I'll definitely go in on that over there. So Dior, we know that you are an Aries sun with the Scorpio rising. And so with the progressed, we know that your progressed rising is Sagittarius. And the significance of that is whereas you were born pure king, right? You have now progressed into an ascended being. You have transformed your personality into the embodiment of godhood. You are now an ascended being. You're going through ascension. This is even more important because as an Aries sun, you progressed your spirit to ground naturally and strengthen the physiological nature of your spirit power. So you took grapes, turned it into fine wine, And now that you have completed this Taurus chapter, you are spiritually beginning the process of enlightenment. The Gemini progression is the spiritual enlightenment cycle that you are coinciding with this ascension of your being. Even cooler is that you're going through a progressed aqua moon transit, and aqua moon transits are the most superior, supreme transits in understanding the knowledge of your truth. Before, it was the knowledge of your royal natural value in Taurus, grounding the physical nature of how you are extending this Aries. But now, as an Aries sun, you're getting ready to actually speak the truth of your authentic original spirit. And now this puts your sun in the 6th house region, but since the 7th house is still Gemini, not only are you truth blasting, you are getting ready to hit your destiny. This is what you planned since birth. You had a destiny plan or destiny chapter and route, the road to your destiny, where you had to be born as an Aries, ground out your kingdom in Taurus, and now through this enlightenment angelic chapter, as you are ascending over the next 8 years, you are going to progress over your North Node and go through that destiny portal. All right. This is very, very, very important. The full moon and transit talk are the replays will be available. So you can watch that whenever. So yes, that's something to keep in mind. And of course, because now you are progressed Sag rising, this Taurus transit, even though it plays out in your natal 7th house of relationships, the progressed 6th house is taking the natal 7th house manifestation of relationships, and in a progressed sense, you are integrating that into your behavior as an ascended Sagittarius rising being. So it's enabling you to integrate the behavioral quality influenced by other people who match who you're becoming. But this is even more important because your progressed sun is going to be hit by all these transits. And I can't emphasize enough the progressed and natal North Node that will, with this nodal return you already have, really kind of emphasize or accentuate a lot of these facets. And with the Aqua Moon progressed, your soul knowledge of what's occurring through here will provide you an advanced understanding of what you're manifesting, whereas everyone else is going to have to learn it from scratch. So I think that's the best way to really see that. Your progressed Mercury is no longer retrograde. And I think it's very iconic that you're going to have a Mercury return while your progressed Mercury is conjunct your natal Mercury retrograde. That's going to be one of the greatest epiphanies that I think will break you through forever. This sense of instant manifestation you will be facilitating. And I mean, yeah, other than that, Venus is progressed into Taurus. So the transits through your progressed Venus will just kind of strengthen more the original power of your very passionate heart. But please let me know if you like that, if that was accurate for you. That was really awesome, especially when taking into account how with this progression, this is just putting you in a position to break through considerably, which I think is super awesome. Jacqueline, I am assuming, I think you want tarot. You usually want tarot. So I'm going to pull 3 tarot cards for you. That's awesome. So we do have the Death card. Okay, the underlying theme of this tarot message for you is full-on transformation. That's putting you in a position to very, very, very powerfully integrate everything up into this point you've learned and cut the fluff so that you can move forward with everything that's pretty much perfect for you. So this is a huge transformation period during this Mercury Taurus. We know you have the 7 of Swords. This is coming with the 4 of Cups and also the Four of Pentacles. So Four of Pentacles is actually talking about assured material gain. This transformation is going to bring increased financial stability and put you in a position to actually have more power to sit and stand on. But coming into there, I feel like you're going to really take some time to contemplate your feelings, especially with the Seven of Swords, that might feel like you don't exactly know who to trust, especially if you're keeping certain plans to yourself and you're not necessarily revealing your hand out of wisdom. So this Seven of Swords, Four of Cups is going to bring very strategic ways to sort through your emotions during this period, which will lead into you sitting very pretty and wealthy. This is the Lord of earthly power. So this is definitely going to be very grounded and very lucrative and very beautiful. All right. So thank you guys very much. I'm going to slide into the full moon ceremony where we'll read the non-consent form and ritual. And yeah, I will see y'all there. And until next time. Peace.